Welcome to Deeply Rooted, a web series on mindset. My name is Tony Wisdom, aka Tony Gaines. I've spent over 20 years in the music business as a producer, engineer, label owner, and executive. This show is dedicated to changing the narrative on success. I reached out to the most successful people I know. I want to know what drives them, their greatest mistakes, their best advice, their secrets to success, and how all of that has shaped who they are today. Take a journey with us.
What's going on, y'all? Season 5, episode 3, Deeply Rooted. I have so much fun doing this show. I really do. We have great conversations, and I learn every single week. So it's become like part of my routine. My learning routine. We've had some really amazing people since the beginning, and we have another one. This guy, his name is Deepak Sharma. He's originally from India. I believe he's in Houston right now. This is another one of my Clubhouse family that I talk about all the time, and such a great community of people. And every time this guy comes in, like every time he does a mic drop, like he just blows. I love his perspective, and I had to get him on the show. So Deepak is an author, a speaker, experiential trainer, storyteller, speaking and communication coach. So without further ado, I'd like to bring my friend Deepak on and get this thing started. Thanks for tuning in, guys. There he is.
Hey, Tony.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine. Absolutely fantastic. How are you doing?
Man, I'm amazing. Amazing. I'm happy to have you on and to get to know you a little bit better, sir.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
So, just real quick, can you tell me who Deepak Sharma is professionally and what some of your background?
Okay, I always say that Deepak Sharma is a work in progress. So, professionally, I'm a speaking coach and a professional speaker. I help organization to convert their pitch into profits. By using a tool called storytelling.
Oh.
So for the last more than 15 years, I've been training corporates across the country and other part of the world on various aspects of managerial competencies, be it leadership, communication, change management. But now I'm more focusing on storytelling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So who is Deepak Sharma, the person? I know you said a work in progress, right? That's the answer. Hard stop.
Yeah. Every day is a learning. Every day you grow.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, Deepak, how do you define success?
I think when I say success, a lot of people think that you have a lot of money. When a lot of people think you have a lot of achievements in life, I believe the day you come out of your comfort zone, that is your success. Because most of the time, there is nothing called failure in life. The I would say antonym of success is comfort zone. So if you convert comfort zone and look for the other word which is opposite of comfort zone, that's success. So when you come out of your comfort zone and you are successful. And I have experienced many times in life, Tony, that as soon as I've done something new, so one of my favorite statement that I believe very strongly is, which is related to success. I always tell people, before you go to sleep, ask yourself this question: when was the last time I did something for the first time? And if the answer comes to you is today, means you are successful, you are moving. If your answer comes to you last week, still you are moving, But if the answer comes to you, I don't remember, maybe a month back, it means it's time to reflect and energize yourself and come back and out of your comfort zone.
I love that, Deepak. Because you're right. People, every time most people, when you ask them that question, it instantly goes to money and like professional success. But I like to think of it, and I say this all the time, but I like to think of it like nature, right? So if a seed falls and hits the ground, like what makes it successful? Well, if it plants roots and it starts to sprout and it grows and it drops other seeds, you can look to nature for many examples of success,
Absolutely,
you
absolutely.
know. So I love that. I love that answer. Um, so what drives you, Deepak? What's your why?
I think people drives me. If I'm able to, through my stories, through my message, if I'm able to empower even a one person, I think my job is done. Because I believe very strongly that there is so much potential in this world. And sometimes we see around and we see everybody play small. And I
Mm,
always want, now my whole idea is that yes, anybody can do everything. Now I'll give an example. I'm in the process of setting up an IT company, and yesterday, and that's my daughter is going to lead, and she is very young. She is just 20-year-old. She's in India. She's
mhm.
moving to US very soon.
Oh,
So I told her, I said we were planning and tying up with somebody in India on cybersecurity.
mhm,
So I'm not an IT guy, so I had no idea about IT. So when my daughter yesterday told me, Dad, I'm trying to write down some content for website, but I'm not able to figure out what to write about cybersecurity.
mhm,
Can you do it? So I said, I said, I'm not an IT guy, but I will try.
mhm.
Okay. So she said, Dad, you can do anything. Means even that word coming from my daughter made my day. Means I realized somewhere other in my life I was able to impact, empower my kids
Mm,
uh, to see that there is a possibility even if you don't know anything about it.
mm. I love that.
So the idea is always my this is what I drives, that if I'm able to empower my family, my kids, my people around, my friends, that's always drives me.
Mm, I love it. Secret to living is giving. We talk about
Yeah.
that a lot, right? Um, so, can you think of a major setback in your life that set you up for later success?
There are many actually, and I think the major was recently
Mhm,
when I had to move to US. And Tony, people say that and especially when you come to US, everybody when they look at an Indian, they always ask, are you in IT?
mhm,
So and as soon as I came to US, everybody, whenever I used to introduce myself, this they used to ask me, are you in IT?
mhm.
So I then started introducing myself like, my name is Deepak Sharma. I'm from India. I'm not in IT. So, but when I came to US and I was running a successful training company in India, due to some personal reason, I had to move to US. And uh, this was a big challenge for me at the age of 48, 49 when I came to US.
Mhm,
And as soon as I came to US, I unfortunately I got divorced.
mhm,
And I was on the road. I was within a month I was out of the house. I was trying to figure out where to go. I was trying to find a job. I was trying to figure out whether I should start my trainings. Lot of setbacks.
mhm,
But the only thing that I had in me was possibility, that
mhm,
yes, there is a possibility of changing things. Is It's in your hand.
mhm,
And I started taking those small insignificant steps. For example, as soon as I came to US in February, in the month of March, I participated in a speech contest which is organized by Toastmasters International.
mhm.
Tony, I've been losing that contest for last 13 years in India. Okay. In 2018, I reached finals of that contest in India, and I lost it again in
Mm,
final. And a lot of people were saying, if you participate one more year in 2019 in India, you will be able to win it. Okay. But I moved to US, and then they started saying now the chances of winning is very less.
mm,
And there was not even a single person who knew me in this country.
mm,
But with God grace, in May 2019, I won that contest.
mm,
And in one go, there were 500 people in the hall, and I was suddenly, I knew 500 people.
mhm.
And a few days back, I didn't even knew one single person in this country.
I love it.
Yeah. So when I started taking those small, insignificant looking steps, again, it was all about coming out of comfort zone. I always come back to
Mhm,
my original part, that I had a choice, that I could have said that I just came to US. I will try to focus on earning money, and then I will participate in the context next year.
mhm, mhm,
But I made a difficult choice to practice, to participate, to prepare, to write a speech, and to win at different levels, and finally reached, and I became the district Houston district champion that year. So that was a choice that I made. Similarly, I made choices of taking a job into a totally different profession,
mm,
which was insurance.
mm,
Then I created a huge success in that area by bringing in a lot of new clients to that organization.
mhm,
I have got a great relationship with that organization now. So now in 2.5 years, there was a setback, but how do you jump out of that setback is what is very important. I always believe on saying, when you break down, it's the time for your breakthrough.
mm. I love that. When you
So,
break down, it's the time for your breakthrough.
yeah,
And listen. I mean, you guys that are watching, like, you know, moved out of his country, got a divorce, switched careers, and just made the choice, because it's always a choice. Like, we always have a
absolutely,
choice, right? You
absolutely.
can lay down, or what was it that you just said?
If
Break down.
when you break down, that is the time for breakthrough.
There it is. And that is the power of mindset right there, guys. That's,
Yeah,
we talk about that
absolutely.
all the time.
So a lot of
So,
people say that, I'm going. A lot of people keep on complaining now. I have, my wife has left me, my kids have left me. I don't have job. You know, what are the possibilities in that situation? Can you look at that?
mm,
And now at this point of time, I have a super relationship with my ex. I have super relationship with my kids. I have super relationship with my friends. I have so many friends. I have now found this beautiful family in Clubhouse. No, so amazing things have happened in the last 2.5 years. I bought a new house. I'm settled here.
mm,
So everything is possible, provided, I think it's all about choices. Nothing happens
mm,
by chance.
I love it. Um, what is one of the best or most worthwhile investments that you've ever made? Could be an investment of time, energy, or money.
I think it is investment of learning.
Mm,
I always believe that you can invest on your house, you can invest on your car, but if you can invest on yourself,
mm,
uh, suddenly amazing things starts happening. And I have made the biggest investment of my life on myself during COVID.
mm.
Means I was a person who had no clue that what is YouTube. Yeah. But when COVID happened and I got stuck at home, I thought, let me figure out and start my YouTube channel.
Mm,
And I went to an institute, online institute, and did a course on YouTube, how to even make a video, edit a video, all those things. I did it and
mhm,
learned everything by investing few dollars in it, and started my YouTube channel.
mm,
And now in the process, as I said, what drives me, I get messages from all over the world when people listen to those YouTube videos.
mm,
I have from YouTube, I have my now podcast, Your Story, Your Glory.
mm,
you know, which again in the process you are impacting lives. So I think the biggest investment in life is investment on yourself, on learning.
I love it. And you know, I ask the same questions to every guest, right? It's the exact same set of questions. And the reason why is because after, 30, 20 episodes, you start to see this commonality among
Absolutely.
that pretty much everyone is saying the same thing, like, and it's one thing that I, just to add, it's one thing that I love about doing this show is like you, the messages I get, like it helps people. We're helping someone right now. Even in the comments, someone said, "When you break, when you break down, it's time for your breakthrough." Right? So, and that's why you do it. Okay, how do you define love?
I think love is sacrifice.
Mm,
When you love somebody, then there are no conditions to it.
mm,
Then you don't say that, if that person has not done to me, that's why I've left him. You know, for example, though I got divorced, but I still love my wife. I today only I had lunch with her, and we went out for shopping. Uh,
mm,
so we are a kind of an extended family. You don't love doesn't finishes.
mm,
You cannot say that, I loved that person, but now I don't love that person. Then you never loved that person ever.
mm,
you know Love is only one. Love is not emotion. It is more than an emotion. I think it is a connection.
mm,
uh, and so love is for me is, uh, you don't put conditions to it. It's a sacrifice. Then then you can do anything for that person. When you say I love you, it could be your parents. It could, it's like your parents. They don't put conditions that if you grow and take care of me, then only I will make you send you to school.
yeah.
They will do it. Even if you if you are you are if I'm a parent, I know, or my mom is, always she will call me, and whether she has money or no money, if I will ask her money, she will take out all money from her bank. She will not even think about it. That's love. Then you don't put conditions to it, that I will give you money only if I have it. She
Yeah.
will say, okay, I have some jewelry, you can sell it. you know that's what love is. So I
Yeah.
think we can learn love from parents.
Mm. I love that. And we talked about this in the room the other day. And that was kind of where I went to. I think about my grandmother and how she's always showed up for me. And you're right, it's unconditional.
Yeah,
Like and really what she wants for me is just for me to be the best that I can be and never really have to suffer
absolutely.
much. And, she will do anything in the world that's in her power to make sure that that happens. And
That's
that's
love.
love.
That's
Yeah,
love. Yeah.
I agree, Deepak. Um, okay, so what small act of kindness were you once shown that you will never forget?
Can you repeat the question once again?
What act of kindness were you once shown that you will never forget?
That I want to show,
No, that was shown to you.
or that that was shown to me. Very good question. I think, if I say that, for example, when I came to US again, I knew nobody, and I met a lady who was at my office,
Hmm.
and she joined my team. And later on, I came to know that she is also from the same city, same place where my brother stays in Delhi and India, and we became very good friends. And suddenly, this couple, her husband, I met her husband, and I was very new to this country, and they helped me so much in this they, like, we never knew each other. We just came to know, and we were left few months in old. And when I was buying my house, this gentleman came with me, roam around all the places, help me figure out what exactly it is, and help me to find a house, and negotiate, and help me save $30,000. And negotiate. I never knew that you can negotiate with a builder in this country.
Yeah.
He came and he said, sat across the table. He said, "This is what I'm going to offer. This is what we are offering." I had no idea. I was about to sign the contract. Whatever they said, I thought everything is fixed.
Yeah.
But he was able to negotiate, and Sometimes you are, and I believe very strongly that, as you said in the beginning, giving is receiving, and you keep on doing good things in life, people will appear in your life who will be kind to you, who will be helpful to you, who will make things happen for you.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Um, I love that story just because of it wasn't just one thing. It was and initially you guys met. You know, she might have did something at first, then you met her husband, and then that leads into like saving money on your house. And I'm sure you still, you know,
Oh, they are like one of my best friends in this country, and they're coming on Christmas. They're coming to my house. We're going to celebrate together. They're like a family now.
yeah. There's no accidents, right, Deepak?
Absolutely, and I think everything is designed.
Yeah.
Everything is designed, and I think you design yourself. It's not about that you somebody comes suddenly and you they start helping you out. No, 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 no. Everything is designed, I think.
And based on choices that you've made.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the last 5 years, what new belief, behavior, or habit has most improved your life?
I think one thing that is mostly two things actually. One was getting up early in the morning. So I every day get up at 4:45 in the morning, and that has literally changed my life. Secondly, is getting into continuous routine of exercise
Hmm.
and eating healthy. You know, that has brought me so much of energy. See, Tony, I'm at 52 at this age.
Hmm.
Okay, and I'm staying alone here in this country. Though my ex is here, my daughters are around, but I know that if I fall sick, I nobody is there. Everybody is busy. Everybody is
Hmm.
into their own. If I fall sick for 10 days, 20 days, who will take care of me? So I
Hmm.
took that decision. I changed my routine, that I have to bring in momentum into my life,
Hmm.
momentum of making sure that my body is perfect, in perfect shape. This is the vehicle that I'm going to achieve my dreams with.
Hmm. I love that.
And if I'm not taking care of this vehicle, not servicing it, not putting the right oil in it, it will stand somewhere otherwise.
Yes, I
So this
love
is a
that.
big change that happened to me in the last, I would say not 5 years, but last 3.5 years. Yes.
Yeah. So, as far as waking up early, which I've been waking up at 5 pretty much this whole year, this past year. Um, and one of the things that started that for me was a book by a guy named Robin Sharma. You're
5
saying
a.m.
last,
club.
yes, sir.
Yeah, I have it in my Almira somewhere here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's I love that book and it
Yeah.
really resonated. I actually just started reading it again
Yeah.
because I want to get some of those routines installed. So okay, I set my questions down. Um, okay, Deepak, what advice would you give to a driven kid about to enter the real world?
Tour?
Yes, what advice would you give to a smart, driven kid about to enter the real world?
Great. So I think even yesterday only I was doing a session with the Houston Community College,
Okay.
and they were all smart kids. IT experts are sitting in that room.
Hmm.
I think the biggest advice as of today, being a trainer and a speaking coach, I can give is, uh, you can learn anything in the world, but if you are not able to communicate your message with impact to the other person who is sitting in front of you, everything is useless.
Mm.
So you should be able to learn to communicate. A lot of people have a lot of knowledge, but they don't have confidence to speak in front of people.
Mm.
Okay. I'm not talking about only speaking. There's a huge difference between speaking and communication. Communication is, it's not what you say, it's how you say. Speaking, we all start speaking from our childhood, you know. So then later on you start calling it public speaking. That's a different part of ball game. But when I say communication, it doesn't have to be in English, it doesn't have to be in Hindi, whatever language you are communicating. Many times we fail in life because we are not able to say what we want to say.
Mm.
So my advice to any kid in this world, and any parent also in this world, whether you teach your kids music or not, whether you teach your kids arts or not, or you send them for sports or not, make sure they become a great communicator, because that is what will make them or break them. Because
Mm.
I have seen huge intelligent kids failing because they are not able to put their opinion, their thoughts, their ideas forward in front of people.
Mm. I love that, man. That's the first time anybody's put it like that. But you're so right. Um, you could be the best, brightest in the world, but if nobody knows it and you're not able to communicate it, what does it matter?
So Tony, a lot of people are tell me, the skills that we need to know is leadership. The skills we need to motivate. We need to be a great salesperson. We need to be a great person who can delegate. And I ask them a question: can you lead without communication? Can you motivate without communication? Can you sell without communication? Can you do anything? Means you cannot do anything without communication. So the first thing you need to learn is communicate. And once you understand how to communicate, you can be a great leader. You know what makes Martin Luther King a great leader? Because he was able to use the right words at the right time.
Mm.
What made Barack Obama a great leader? Because he has been able to use the right word at the right time. You know
Yeah.
why Gandhi and Nelson Mandela and Mother Teresa are like such great leaders? Because whatever they said is so powerful that has impacted millions of lives.
Mm. I love it. Such a great concept. So, our mantra here at Deeply Rooted is kill the ego, ignite the soul. What does that mean to you?
Cure the eagle, ignite the soul. Okay, I think it is all about bringing in that light and energy within you that will give light and energy to the world. Now, for me, it is a very simple thing that every day you have to take care of yourself.
Mm.
You have to bring in that energy, that what are you feeding yourself with? Gandhi said very beautifully, don't let anybody walk on your beautiful garden called mind with their dirty feet.
Mm. I love it.
you know so you really have to take care of the mind, and then you will see, when your state of mind is perfect, then state of affairs doesn't matter.
I love it.
Whatever happens around us, but 90% what happens, Tony, and we are at Clubhouse many times we discuss, most of people, their state of affairs controls their state of mind.
Mm.
But here what we are talking about is, when you will only be able to ignite your soul when your state of mind takes care of the state of affairs. Whatever happens outside, you are cool and composed outside. You know that, yeah, I can handle this. Nothing in this world can be bigger than my mind. Tell the problem, I am the bigger than the problem. Come and show me how big you are. you know
Mm.
and then with that mindset, when you enter anything, you will not ignite your soul, you will not cure yourself, you will be able to impact people around the world. no I always say, uh, uh, be like, off stage and on stage, you have to be same. Means for
Mm.
me, off stage means when you are at home, on stage means when you are in public.
Mhm.
So it's not literally on the stage. So off stage and on stage, you should speak the same language. You cannot say that, I am very cool at office, but I am little angry at home, or I am little angry at office, I am cool at home. It means either you are cool or angry, means you are faking somewhere. Either
Mm.
you are faking at office or faking at home. So, so there is a saying, and I love this: the way you do anything, the way you do everything.
Mm. I love that too.
So, if I am passionate about talking to Tony, I will be passionate about talking to my daughter when I'm sitting with her on the dining table. If
Yeah.
I'm passionate about exercise, I'm passionate about taking care of my work. So I cannot say that I'm passionate about only exercising, but I will not passionate about other things.
Mm. I really, that one struck me right there. The way you do anything is the way you do everything,
Everything, yeah.
and that's, oh boy, that one struck me, Deepak. I'm now gonna have to start working on some of these small things where I know I'm not doing it the right way. I love that. So we all have this moment in our journey where we are at our lowest, so to speak, and we want to call it quits. When you reach that point in your journey, how did you fight through it, and what kept you going?
I think at you will reach at a certain age when you suddenly realize nothing affects you. Nothing can be bigger than you. I don't know. Some people it takes time. Some people. I was also at that age when I was 30s that I used to break down. I used to feel bad. But when I pass through this kind of stage, when I feel okay, I am now I'm going to quit. And that is the time when you feel like you have to quit. That is the time to keep going. That is the time to keep going. That is the time you have to take next step. you know and you will see the success is not very far from that quitting. So things will happen. For example, I always tell my team, when they are making calls for customers and all, and suddenly nobody is picking up the call, I always tell them, next call, somebody will pick a next call, don't worry. It's not about number of calls, it's about your momentum.
Yeah.
It's not about how many stories you have written or how many speeches you have given. It's not about how many businesses you have opened. It's about momentum. Like I have seen, you have heard stories of a lot of successful people. This guy uh, who opened McDonald's. He had a lot of ideas. He went from person to person and said, "I have an idea." But and or even you talk about Disney, and he went from person to person. He has an idea of Mickey Donald, but everybody said it's useless. It will not going to work. But he never gave up. He never quit. But I always say quitting is important.
Mm.
Quit the habit of quitting.
Mm.
Uh, this is very important. You have to quit the habit of quitting, and you will see magic will happen.
Yeah, I don't know if it's from. I think it's from maybe Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, where he tells a story of this guy in the California gold rush. All right. He had sold everything and went to California, and he was going to strike gold. And he bought this big plot, and he dug for years and years, and he never struck gold. And he got to a point where he owed everybody he knew, and he sold the plot and left. And the guy that bought it, I think he was 5 inches from the biggest gold find in the
Wow.
history of California. He was 5 inches, and all
Wow.
he had to do was just keep going. He had the momentum, right? So I love that. But this it's why I wanted to get you on the show, Deepak, is because you always do that to me. You always make me go, well, wow, I didn't think about that. So do quit. You quit the habit of quitting. That's a
Yeah.
great message.
Yeah, because otherwise, yeah, it's a matter of momentum. I believe very strongly. In India, we have this in villages. We have this a big, huge grass cutting machine.
Hmm.
Okay, and normally people use hand to cut the grass.
Okay.
So they rotate machine like this, and it keeps on rotating. So what happens is when they start the machine, it's very heavy.
Mhm.
So they put all their efforts in moving their machine,
Mhm.
and then they keep on putting all their efforts. But after some time, they were moving their machine with the one finger,
Mhm.
and the grass is cutting like anything. So initially, everybody has to put effort. Now, somewhere initial efforts are more, somewhere it's less. But don't give up, because it is important. Have Everybody must have heard that story of Chinese bamboo,
Mhm.
for 5 years the Chinese bamboo doesn't grow even one 10 inches.
Mhm.
People wait, we think that the plant is already dead, but after fifth year, in next 3 months, it grows 60 feet.
Oh wow.
So
Wow.
so there is something happening underneath when you are fighting.
Mhm.
When you are into your struggle phase, you're not wasting your time. There is, it's like you have to be calm like a duck, but their feet are like moving,
Yeah.
but on the up they are very calm. So things are moving. Whenever you are into something, things are moving. Keep on doing the hard work.
And the compound effect of that will
Absolutely.
will eventually take hold.
Yes,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Okay, so if you could have one gigantic billboard that the entire world could see, what would it say and why?
It will be a possibility thinker, because this world, if I look at this world, let me see. And if you I'm 52 years old, and if I look back 10 years back, I have not imagined things that I will be having today.
Mhm.
That was 10 years back. But today I can't even imagine things that I will be having next month, because the generations and things are changing so fast.
Mhm.
Nobody ever imagined when mobile phones came that we will be playing with the screens. We don't even have to use buttons.
Mhm.
Before that, nobody imagined that we could use phones without wires to talk.
Mhm.
And when Thomas, this guy, the inventor of the Graham Bell, invented mobile phone, and he told people that I'll make you speak, he was put behind the jail to make people fool, because people think it's not possible. So, but this guy at that point of time was a possibility thinker.
Mhm.
So those were the time. But now today, everything is every day new things are coming. And suddenly, I remember I saw a TV which you can wrap and put into your pocket and go and open it and see it again anywhere else.
Mhm.
No, you don't know. So it means if the possibility exists in the technological world, possibility exists in human world also.
Mhm.
There is a potential. It means there's a huge potential. I will. Okay, I just saw this documentary, 14 Peaks. If you have not
Yes,
seen,
yes. I
my
saw it.
God, my God, in 6 months, 6 days, 14 peaks.
What they said what had only been done before in 7 years,
Yeah, 7 years.
he did it in 6 months, 6 days.
So what is it? He's a human. He's not a machine.
Mm.
So it means there are possibilities. Tony, when Roger Bannister ran 4 miles in, and sorry, I think it was 1 mile in less than 4 minutes.
Yep.
And doctors said no human can run 1 mile in less than 4 minutes because the body will burst. Okay, and Roger Bannister did it at that point of time. And he, now the important thing is not Roger Bannister did it. When so for 54 years, people had this belief that no human being can run 1 mile in less than 4 minutes. But in 1954, sometime August, Roger Bannister did it. After 1954, in next 3 years, 29 others did it,
Yep.
because if
And,
he can do it, then we can do it.
and you know
So,
what's interesting? This will be interesting to see. From that 14 Peaks movie. I wonder now how many people are going to do it faster or as fast as he did.
Absolutely.
Right? That'll
Absolutely.
be interesting to see. We have to keep track of that, Deepak.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
So,
it. Be a possibility thinker. I love
yeah.
it.
Nothing is impossible.
Um, well, the word itself says I'm possible, right? So,
Yeah. Yes.
okay, so I have a music background, Deepak. So I throw this question in because of that, but also because music is vibration and energy, and music can change your state. So do you have a song that you turn to for strength, or do you have a song that you consider the soundtrack to your life?
To be very candid, no. But recently, I would like to. Recently, one of my friend sent me a song, and that was suddenly got stuck to me, and I listened to that song many times. And give me one sec, if I can just play one line of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the song is called "Keep Me in the Moment."
Keep me in the moment.
I've been thinking about time and where does it go? How can I stop my life from passing me by? I don't know. I've been thinking about family, how it's going so fast. Will I wake up one morning just wishing that I could go back? I've been thinking about maybe I can make a change and let you change me. So with all of my heart, this is my prayer. Singing, oh, keep me in the moment. Help me live with my eyes wide open. 'Cause I don't wanna miss what you have for me.
I
So
love it.
I don't want to miss what you have for me. So keep me in the moment. Let me enjoy these moments, and I don't want to miss what I have for me. So the more important thing, I think, and I love this song. I'm not a very music oriented person. My daughter is. She's
Mhm.
a singer, but I love this song, and I every day I hear whenever I am little thinking that something is going wrong. I immediately listen to this song, and uh, and it means whatever you are having at this point of time, enjoy it. Let make sure you have it in real sense,
I
because
love.
90% time we are into this moment and thinking about what will happen tomorrow.
Mm.
Tomorrow you have not seen. Enjoy this moment.
And yesterday is gone.
Yeah.
The moment is all we have. I love it. I'm gonna add that to my listening. So Deepak, this has been such a great conversation, and I really appreciate you for taking time out of your
Thank you.
Sunday. So I want to know, what can we do to help you? Is there anything that we can do for you, Deepak?
Keep conversing with us. I think we are already doing that, and I think I love your company, Tony, and it's been a pleasure associating with and especially for me, because when I'm in this country, just 2.5 year old in this country, and when I get to know new people, when I came to know about you and other people, Ajay, Anil, Meena, and such a beautiful family, and I think for me that's big gain, that's
Yeah.
big association, that's big learning, and I learn every day, every moment from everyone.
All
Yeah.
right.
I,
Well, thank you, sir. I want you to enjoy your Sunday, and
yeah,
I'll see you in the morning. If you can make it in the morning, I'll be there.
absolutely. And I just want to say that if you anybody wants to learn how to craft your stories, I have a YouTube channel, Deepak Sharma Speaks, and my podcast is Your Story Your Glory.
Awesome. I'll share
Yeah,
some links attached to
yeah,
your
yeah.
episode.
Yes.
So thank you, Deepak.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Bye
have a
bye.
bye. So yeah, there it is. I love that guy, man. He's I just learned. I mean, he just dropped some gems. I told you he's a mic dropper, right? When you break down, it's time for you break through. I love it. Um, so yeah, guys. Dang, we're almost halfway through this season, and next week, the guest that we have next week is when I started this show. It was because of him and his son's encouragement. And after about week 2, I got the courage to ask him to be on the show, which I was kind of feeling myself a little bit, right? Like, um, and he straight up said, "No, I'm not. I want to make the biggest effect that we can make, and I need you to have more reach." And that was in season 1, and through season 5, Anil Gupta, who was that was who I was shooting for. So he will be on next week. And when I tell you powerful, oh my God. Um, I'm not even gonna like sell it like that. Just show up next week. Anil Gupta. So outside of that, I just started the TikTok. I don't know if you've seen it. I'm doing a bunch of little clips. So go follow us on TikTok, The Deeply Rooted Show, Instagram, The Deeply Rooted Show, YouTube, The Deeply Rooted Show, Facebook group, Deeply Rooted, a web series on mindset, TheDeeplyRootedShow.com. We're all over the place, man. So I love you guys. Have a great Sunday. I'll see you next week.